Yeah. To the first part of your question, I talked with Deshaun a good amount and some of those other guys on the Texans as well as talking with our team. And I thought we came out with a great plan, obviously, for us as the Chiefs, but also with the Texans showing unity on the field. And being down there, honestly didn't hear a lot of booing. So I've seen a little bit of the videos after, and I'm just we wanted to show unity, and we wanted to show we were going to come together and keep fighting the good fight. And I hope our fans will support us like they do on the game every single day.
Let's go to Herbie next. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Patrick, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, one of the more hyped-up rookies coming into this game, and I'm curious. I know you saw a lot of what he was able to do in training camp, and I'm curious how your impressions, what you saw tonight in live action.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing it since the day he got here. I mean, he's been working hard. He's been learning from his mistakes, and he's been running the ball between the tackles and catching it out of the backfield. And so I thought the offensive line did a great job of giving him holes to run through, and he hit it every single time. And so he's going to keep getting better. It's another weapon that I kind of have in this offense, and we're going to keep doing whatever we can to keep moving the ball and scoring touchdowns.
Let's go to Adam Teicher next. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Pat, I just wanted to ask you what your thoughts were on how sharp you guys were offensively given this unusual season. And also, you seems like you took a lot of short stuff. That's kind of what they were giving you. Did they play defense maybe a little differently than they had, say, last year in the playoffs?
Yeah, they did. They changed it up a lot. They did a lot of stuff at the line of scrimmage, and then they kind of stayed back and kept safeties back, and they put a guy over 10 pretty much the whole entire game. And so I think that's what makes this offense so good is we can change within games. We can go throughout our game plan and find ways to score and find ways to move the ball down the field. And today it was running the football and taking the short passes. And I think whenever we get to the Chargers next week, we're playing another great defense, and we'll have to find a way to move the ball and score that week as well.
Let's go to Nate Taylor next. Go ahead, Nate.
Patrick, with everything that went on tonight with the fans obviously doing this for the first time really and since the Super Bowl, just what does it say that your offensive line, like you mentioned earlier, with two new guys in those starting spots, what did it say for you that you were mostly held up without getting hit and obviously there was holes there for Clyde to run through?
I think they did a great job. I mean, obviously without the preseason games, it's hard to get out there and kind of form that bond that offensive lines do, how they can kind of think like each other and pass off stuff. And I think they did a great job of not only pass protecting me with all the games and that defensive line, which is a very good defensive line, but of in the run game of making their blocks and setting their angles so Clyde can go out there and make plays happen. And so I thought it was a really good sign for them to be so as one unit so early in the season with the offseason that we did have.
Let's go to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Pat, you really spread the ball around tonight. You mentioned some of the short stuff. You were able to hit 3 different guys with touchdowns. I was just wondering, where does that confidence that you have sort of to go in any direction at any time come from? And is it just a credit to the work that these guys have done with you in the offseason?
Yeah, it is 100%. I mean, these guys have worked their tail off. They've been here for a while now. Everybody we kind of brought back, and I've built this chemistry with. And I think we have the confidence in every single person that's in that huddle that they can make plays happen when their number is called. And so I'm going to take what's there. Obviously, today they put a lot of attention on 10. And so you saw other guys like Sammy and D-Rob making plays happen. And so that's the good thing about this offense is a luxury for me is I have a lot of good players that can get themselves open no matter who's covering them.
Let's go to Sam Mellinger next. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Patrick, you and some other guys have talked about how you don't feel like you peaked last year, that there's still room to improve. You obviously had a big day, 34 points, but what happened out there that you saw that you can do better, that you're going to, critique yourself on?
Yeah, I mean, there was just some missed opportunities here and there. I mean, obviously the D-Rob touchdown, he made a heck of a play and just didn't finish it off at the end of the thing. We had another drive where I didn't pick up a blitz the right way and had to throw it hot to the flat to Darryl. And if I'd have had it picked up, we had guys open downfield. I mean, you want to score every single time you're out there. But I think the good thing about the game today is it was a good game, offense, defense, and special teams. And we were able to go out there and play off of each other. We chewed up some clock and gave the defense a rest, and they went out there and made a lot of stuff happen.
Got time for a couple more guys. We're going to go Len Jennings and then Aaron Ladd. Go ahead, Len.
Hey, Patrick, you just talked about some of the issues out on the field. Do you think that you could have benefited more with having those preseason games, how much that would have helped you? And also, what do you think about the unveiling of the championship banner?
The banner was awesome. I mean, it really was to see that, to kind of be in that stadium for that moment. I mean, you didn't know if you were going to get that coming off the Super Bowl last year with everything that happened this offseason. Yes, your first question one more time, please.
Sorry, the issues you had, would you have benefited having those preseason games, you feel like?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could have for sure. I mean, just getting out there, kind of getting those kinks out. I mean, going into the game, it's kind of like you take you back to college where you're right there. Everything counts the moment you step on the field. And so I thought we did a good job of adjusting quickly. I thought we did a good job of moving the ball today, and we're going to keep progressing and keep trying to get better because we have a lot of tough games ahead of us.
Let's go to Aaron to close us out. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, Pat, I know jersey swaps look a lot different this year. Who's got dibs on your jersey for this week?
I haven't talked to anybody about any jersey swaps yet. I might have to hit Deshaun up or something, but as of right now, I'm keeping mine.